Hi there. In this video, we will discuss the summary of the second chapter of Noli Me Tangere by Dr. Jose Rizal, titled Crisostomo Ibarra. We will also study the important events, characters, settings, and lessons found in this chapter. Listen and watch carefully, as you will learn a lot from this historical work by Rizal. Let's begin. In this chapter, we meet Juan Crisostomo Ibarra y Magdalene, or Crisostomo Ibarra. He is the only son of the late Don Rafael Ibarra. The young man is clearly still in mourning when he arrives at Captain Tiago's house, as seen by the color of his clothes. He has just returned from Europe, where he spent 7 years studying. He introduced himself to the guests and shook their hands, a custom he learned in Germany. However, Padre Damaso stood out among the guests. Instead of shaking Ibarra's hand, he turned his back on him. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Guevara approached Ibarra and thanked him for his safe arrival. Ibarra felt comforted when the lieutenant praised his father. Because of this, Padre Damaso secretly gave the lieutenant a threatening look, prompting him to end his conversation with Ibarra. As dinner approached, Captain Tinong invited Ibarra to lunch the next day. However, Ibarra politely declined the invitation, explaining that he had to go to San Diego. Captain Tinong is a close friend of Captain Tiago and was also a friend of Ibarra's father. Now, let's move on to the important events in this chapter. Ibarra arrives at Captain Tiago's gathering and is introduced as the son of the late Don Rafael Ibarra, a friend of the captain. Ibarra introduces himself and shows the European customs he learned, like shaking hands, but Padre Damaso rejects him. Lieutenant Guevara approaches Ibarra, expresses gratitude for his safe arrival, and praises the kindness of Ibarra's father, which comforts the young man. Padre Damaso secretly gives the lieutenant a threatening look, so the lieutenant ends his conversation with Ibarra. Captain Tinong invites Ibarra to lunch the next day, but Ibarra declines because he is going to San Diego. Important characters. Crisostomo Ibarra, the main character of the chapter, son of Don Rafael Ibarra. He has just returned after 7 years of studying in Europe. He introduces himself as Juan Crisostomo Ibarra y Magdalene and shows his education and the customs he learned in Germany, like shaking hands. However, Padre Damaso rejects him. Padre Sibila, a friar who is surprised by the arrival of Captain Tiago's guest. Padre Damaso, a priest known for his arrogance. He is shocked to meet Ibarra and refuses to shake his hand, turning his back instead. Captain Tiago. He introduces Crisostomo Ibarra to the guests as the son of his late friend, Don Rafael Ibarra. He is also the one who brought Ibarra to the gathering. Lieutenant Guevara, a lieutenant of the civil guard who expresses his gratitude for Ibarra's safe arrival. He also praises the kindness of Ibarra's father, which comforts the young man. Captain Tinong, a close friend of Captain Tiago and Ibarra's father. He invites Ibarra to lunch the next day, but Ibarra politely declines because he is going to San Diego. Let us now proceed to the setting of this chapter. The events of this chapter took place at Captain Tiago's house. Here are some of the lessons, messages, or implications shown in this chapter. Ibarra's return to the Philippines after 7 years shows the importance of facing the truth, no matter how painful it may be. Upon his return, he must confront the conflicts and issues he left behind, including the strained relationship his family had with some powerful figures. Ibarra's acceptance of his late father's good reputation from Lieutenant Guevara shows the importance of a family's good name and honor. Passing down good values and a respectable name to future generations is crucial. Padre Damaso's refusal to shake Crisostomo's hand and his secretive, threatening look at the lieutenant reveal personal conflicts and biases in power. This serves as a warning that personal grudges and rivalries can lead to deeper divisions. Despite Padre Damaso's cold reception, Ibarra remains respectful. This is a reminder that dignity and respect should not be lost, even in the face of contempt or disrespect from others. And that concludes the second chapter of Noli Me Tangere, titled Crisostomo Ibarra. What have you learned from this chapter? Share your answers in the comments. We also encourage you to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to stay updated with our future videos. Until next time, thank you for watching.